That's so cool. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Okay, okay, ba, boom, go, ba, boom, go, ba, boom, ga, ba, 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 ba. Your shoes look really stupid. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Erie's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but that doesn't help much. Erie is clearly an introvert and also an intimate person in general. There's no doubt that she'll open up a little bit when her sister to the left. Meanwhile, we've even been texting occasionally. She's extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. But putting her aside, I haven't heard a thing from her since she left the club probably the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I'm worried about it in the back of my mind. Between what Suri said and what Monica said. Bro, swipe away all my notifications. Oh wait, no, there was some YouTube that I wanted to watch. I don't know why I did that. Is it really okay for me to put Suri's feelings aside? Or should I maybe? Yes, it's okay, because I do not care about her. I decided to visit her before it comes over. God, come on, man. Rather than asking us simply to I'm coming over. Looks like we've done in the past. Once we reach Suri's house. Okay, can I? I'm sorry, but I really don't care about this part. I've already been through this twice. So like, yeah, I'm sorry. If you want to go through this part, you can watch another video. Or just like slow it down and read it. But I'm sorry, man. This part's really boring to me. I seriously, I don't really care about her that much. Like, she exists. I acknowledge that my character and her do have a relationship, but I personally am just not that interested in her. But I am gonna 100% this game. As in, like, I'll go back and, like, do the other character pathways, make every choice, do everything. Blah blah blah. Let me save just in case I run into a choice. Blah blah blah. You don't matter. On the way home, I found myself still feeling uneasy, but it's hard for me to keep thinking about it. When Yuri is coming over too. I think Sarah's right. I shouldn't be worrying too much. Definitely gonna have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. I approach my house. I see something that makes me feel want to panic. Yuri? Dude! Were you waiting a long time? No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell. You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on the way home. I suppose it's true. I didn't think of that for some reason. Should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. Did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well? Yeah, pretty much. Is that everything, right? I'm sure it would be fine. Take it into my role. No. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me anxious. It's so clean. I cleaned it before you came over, so that's very considerate of you to do. That's considerate of your mama. No, I would be really embarrassed when I would be a mess while you were here. Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean. That would be even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there! I snatched Yuri's wrist, which was in the process to open a desk drawer on my— Oh no, drawings of Yuri! I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. It's fine. It's fine. Sorry, I let go of yours. Both hands firmly and lovingly. So, should we get started? Yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements. Atmospheric enhancements? You know, mood lighting, aromatherapy candles, sorry. Oh, wow. Didn't really plan on taking it that far. Of course. This is a tiny bit boring because I remember this part of the game so vividly. Like all the Yuri parts, I remember them so clearly. So it's like a little bit boring because like I'm sitting through something I've already sat through. But, you know, it's Yuri, you know, he's worth it. Although, many will stop by just out of curiosity. And some cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined, like Undertale, to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more. That's great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person. Intense? I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. It's something I like about you. Is that so? That makes me feel relieved. And kind of happy. Yeah, Mama! Yeah, no need to be anxious. You can relax a little. I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event. Oh yeah, like what? Aromatherapy. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder. Did some shopping on the way here, so I happened to have these in my bag. I planned to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you? Yeah, that would be really neat. What's the wooden thing though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? Very. Is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. Cool. You can even feel it permeate through your body. What? Relaxation, positive energy. Oh, so I don't know right now. Okay. Well, that's weird. You frickin' bitch. Okay, well, I just looked up what a neat is because at the beginning of the game, Sarah said something about me becoming one, so it's almost like magic. He takes a cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. I don't know, do y'all really want to see this? Like, can I just play it on my own? Like, I don't know. I kind of just want to get through it a little faster. Same with these side stories. You know, I've played this game twice now, the original, and watched a few videos on the game every now and then, so it's just, you know. I don't want to just sit here talking forever, you know, taking all the time, and then, like, I don't finish it when I need to. You know, because there's still some things I don't remember. This is a jasmine essential oil. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. And it enhances memories. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. You don't think that will be perfect for sharing your poems? It does sound suitable, but you seem to know a lot about this, so trust your opinion. Is anything? Once again, she reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. What are those for? Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah. Well, I don't use folded origami. What I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Oh. What would those be used for? I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway. Then we can fasten the paper onto the ribbon to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract them to peek inside. That's really creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri. You think so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you put it. There goes with red cheeks. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Or maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she adores. Here's a marker, Keisha. You can write characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons. Alright. Sitting on the floor. So let's get to work. Let's get to work. I'm drawing. She's doing ribbon thing. The knife is strangely beautiful. Silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. Looks really fancy. Well, embarrassed, maybe it's away. What is it? They're gonna think it's weird. Alright, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know? If you promise you won't be weirded out. Yeah, I promise. Alright. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. It's so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craft. What am I saying? Something weird. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you got about sharing. So, an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you. Suits me? Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? Would you like to hold it? Yeah. I take it out, turn it in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely soft. Where do you even get a knife like that? Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife on my index finger. Kato! Why did you do that? I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all. It's my fault. I should have warned you. The knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like paper. No. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. He takes my hand. If you scream or struggle, watch it. Ah! With that word, you would push my finger and I'm about to lick the wound. I feel a tongue curl around my finger. Startled, I instinctively pull my hand back. Oh, please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. Yuri lowers his head. Yuri, it's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. I'm sure it was a little weird and took me by surprise, but I guess you were trying to help, right? I think you're overacting a little. Maybe she doesn't recover from this fast. Alright, you know what? I take your and lick her index finger in return. Keisho! Did you really just do that? No reason. Yuri looks at me like I did something wrong. You're so weird, Keisha. Yuri giggles shyly. What? You're calling me weird? Coming to my house, suck my dick, and call me gay? It was a tiny cut. Yeah, I poked the tip of the knife. It should just be a prick. Look, it already stopped bleeding. I see. That's relieving. Tension is quickly... Dude, that reminds me. It doesn't happen really much anymore, but dude, cuts used to appear on me all the time, and I have no idea how or why. Now, if it were to ever appear on my foot, well, that's obvious. It was Gwynny. I must have moved during the night, and he was like, hey, you know, give me a little bite to try and get me to stop, but obviously that wouldn't do anything because I'm asleep. Because I've never woken up to him biting me before, so I wonder how he feels sometimes at night. It's like, bro, what the heck? We each resume our respective activities. Butcher's knife cuts through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all up side by side. It looks better than I expected, and will be very effective as a door curtain. It looks great. Good thinking coming up with here. Thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I'd like to create a banner. So I asked you to buy the paint tablets. Is that right? One of the items Yuri had me out a kit of watercolor paint tablets. We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each tablet in. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water? I'll be back in a minute. Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you feel the cup's too much, it will be too diluted. Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. Put them on the plate to catch any paint that drips, and bring them back to my room. I come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back over her arm. Nothing. My face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything? No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors for sunrise, then daytime, sunset, in nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Ah, neat. What are you going to write? Well, it'll be more fun to surprise you. He smiles at me. You say so. After rolling out the banner, kneel on opposite sides so don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and has a few dots of different colors across the banner, so as a color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a brand of watercolors. It's relaxing. I'm sorry if this feels too childish. No, I didn't mean it like that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. Ray stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself. For me, I don't need to go. I'm not like other girls. I just like when we can spend time with one other person. Same, bro. Honestly, just being in each other's presence, that's bonding. Is that so? I feel like... I think I feel the same way. There's mystery. I knew you'd understand. I'm the vinegar in these fingers. I'm carving my head to one time. Sorry. Ray reels back and I quickly lift my hand in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt, just startled, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. No, it's not your fault. Your face. I dropped the paint on his face and cheek. Neck. They couldn't have just like added them real quick, it's just like, you could have just done dots of color. You know, I didn't have to do any shading. Come on. Is there something on your face? My face? I accidentally got paint on you. White paint? No. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel anyway. Just dampen it with hot water. Like, from the sink? I don't know, I've never had hot water come out of a sink before, besides like kitchen sink. I don't know, bathroom sinks just never have hot water. Maybe your experience with bathroom sink is different, but that's what I've done. I return to my room, kneel back down in front of her. I kneel before her. Here. Oh, is something wrong? It's hot. I just didn't expect it. Sorry. Didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I started to retract my hand. But Yuri holds my wrist. Wait. Just for a little longer. It feels really good. Keep my hand still against yours. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books. One she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. What is happening? Does the air moment get into the feeling? Ray's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist, send a tingling sensation through my arm. Suddenly her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Ray slowly pulls away. Sorry. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space you. It's fine. The moment is over as soon as it began. He picks up brush again, but her movements seem clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it. I finished filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's very pretty and natural looking. I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true, but won't that take a while? Perhaps it would be best to leave it here, and then have you bring it in the morning? I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? It's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Whew! You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? No, it's not that. I'm just glad we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. Me too. I need to start making dinner soon. So you don't have any time left? Secretly hoping to have extra time after finishing the work. Well, what do you think, Susie? I think it would be too irresponsible for me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there'd be more time as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. There's a gun behind you. And the most important thing is that we got everything done, right? Yeah. So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. But I am. Barry seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. I like she really gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. That doesn't mean this is the last time it can happen. Sadly, for you, my friend, it is. But hey, maybe that's what the whole side story thing is. Maybe it's like, extra hanging out with, the other people. Like normal. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem. I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well, then, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait. I kind of say without thinking. About today. It's fine if we didn't know how much time was wanted. Because we can do this again. Whenever you want. You can come over, or we can go out somewhere. But I forgot you don't like going out much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyways, you know what I'm trying to say, so. You're very thoughtful, Keisha. I kind of like that. Right? Did they just enlarge, like, the PNG of her or something? How am I supposed to respond to that? Hi, Queenie. Who's a good boy? But I don't even get a chance. It usually suddenly pulls back. Say, Hardy? Hi, Keisha. Sorry. Just now. Hey, it's okay, Keisha. I'm supposed to say hi. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Oh, really? That's too bad. I'm sorry. But we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course! Sarah beams. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off, like Sonic. Sarai waves goodbye after her. Sarai, you dick! I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my mistress was being really mean to me. Why? I said. Wait, did I just? Okay. Dude, you interrupted an epic conversation. So I had to come here, see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? I know. How much fun you have, really? How close you got to her? Makes me really happy. That you made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears started to fall down Sarah's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Keisha? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear. Right, don't say that. It's true. If I wasn't there, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. You selfish, me selfish. I'm completely blowing you off as a character. Anytime you've been upset, I'm like, okay. I'm the selfish one here. Monica was right. I should just... Monica? Monica was right about what? Sorry. What I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything. That's not true. That is so not true. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But I'm scared, Keisha. I'm really scared. I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Alright. It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. I like you so much I want to die. That's how I feel. And that's no sorry. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down to her arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Zuri nods. Even if you don't understand all your own feelings, I know what you need most right now. So I'm gonna give you. Zuri? So, I wanted to see what happens when you say I love you. Not! You'll always be my dearest friend. You need most is for things to be like they've always been. Monica told me the truth. How many times you've seen I've tried to join the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult things right now, but please trust me that I know what's best and it'll make you happy in the end. I promise I'll help get things back the way they were. I see. Sorry for the blah blah blah. Haha. So if it's get started, just I should write a poem, but sorry. It's okay. This is just my retribution, remember, for being so selfish. So please, don't worry about the stupid feelings. I know you're right. I knew this whole time that there's no happiness down that path. That's why I came. So I could get the answer that I needed to hear. And the other thing, you're also right. I just want to go back to the way it was. I realize that now. What? Like a few days ago? Or do you mean like to how it was before I joined the club? You jealous? Really know better than anyone, Keisha. I trust you with anything at all, so... Wow! Oh, wow! Why am I feeling so good about this? There's nothing more that I could have done. The most I can do is support Sarah, show her feelings, and help her on the path that's right. But I am having as much trouble understanding Sarah's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I could be doing something more, something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. Gonna give it everything I've got. Sarah will always be my dearest friend, and I'll do whatever it takes to put a smile on her face every day. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sorry, but Sorry's answering the phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but I decided it's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparation was, yeah, you gotta get to school, like, right now. You know, so, you can get in there with Yuri and, she starts doing this stuff with the banner. I gently roll it up and take it with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Keisha, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I don't see anyone here by now. Monica's placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So, that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sorry with you. Yeah, sure was helped again. Alright, dummy. You think that on days this important, you should try a little harder. I said that, but I still remember what stereotyping this day. It's awful knowing that it's not the way I said before. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. Maybe I should have gone to wake up after all. You should take a little responsibility for her, Keisha. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But... but I'm the one who knows what's best for her, right? Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Monica's being funny for some reason. I felt a chill in my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. Got one of the pen laid on the desk. Oh, yeah, they really did. Something like this would definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it almost professional feel. Recognize Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during practice. What's this? Flipped to Yuri's poem. It's different from the ones you practiced. It's one I haven't read before. Percent. Get out of my head before I do know what's best for you. Listen to everything she said to me. Finish writing this poem. I just stopped moving. What is this? Reading the poem, I got a pit in my stomach. Keisha? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sarah's written. But more than that. I changed my mind. I'm gonna go to get steroids, so... well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the costume. Don't strain yourself, Monica calls out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little harder before. Sorry. Big deal when you grow up. Even simple gesture walking in the sky was really hard. Besides, I thought yesterday things would be the ones been. And all she needs is what I want to give her. I reached Sarah's house and knocked on the door. Her door was made of skin. I like to sit up the door and let myself in. Sorry? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. Can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. Isn't that more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. So I Tori's room. I knock on the door. Sorry? Wake up, dummy. That's fine. I really didn't want to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Wait, hold on. What is it hanging from? Is there a fan? What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sarah wouldn't do this. Everything was normal until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. Are you trying to reason this event? Just yesterday, I told Sarah I'd be there for her. I told her I know it's best, everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? Because Among Us. How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Turning down her confession. That has to be what pushed over the edge. Her agonizing scream still echoes in my ear. Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me I couldn't prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and gave her what I know she wanted in our relationship, I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. screw the rest of it. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I only had one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me, you know? I can never take it back. Never. And nice. Oh, wow. Yuri, Natsuki, Monica, and Monica. Wow. Oh, see, that's what the achievement was. Start a new game. Okay, so it was this. I knew it was this. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving around his nail. He's totally blue. That girl is my neighbor. We saw school together. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Morning's usually the worst because I walk to school alone. And then there's other couples and other people, and I'm just like, bro! I guess there's always the end of my club. The school day is as ordinary as ever. And it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Where's your motivation? After I pack up my things, clubs, where's your motivation? There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be too demanding for me to want to deal with. Guess I have no choice, so at the end of my club. Keisha? Monica? Oh my goodness, totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. We do know each other. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely in my league. So, having her smiling so genuinely feels a little sus. What did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that, I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make it social out of it. My club was just actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? Sounds kind of awesome. How many members do you have so far? Oh. There's only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Oh, look at the greenie. I see you. Wow. Bro, Well, I can say that. Was that you? Alright, Bubba? Hold on. Give me a second. Alright, Queenie? Are you not getting enough attention on your birthday? I'm sorry, but maybe over the weekend, okay? Yeah. Maybe my dad can help you get you in a bag of pellets. And I can put it up in the blender and make like that little cake I made for you last time, okay, Bubba? Yeah. You're a good boy. Yeah. Can you be patient for that? Okay, good boy. Okay. Well, it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything, really. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? You always insist on manga's literature, too. I mean, it's not wrong, I guess. Besides, a member is a member, right? Hey, Keisha, by any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it'd make me really happy. Please? I'm not reason to refuse. Besides, I couldn't refuse someone like Monica. Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome. Actually, delete. Oh, I'm just kidding. No, the other save file gone, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Awesome. You're really sweet, Keisha. You know that? I know. It's nothing. Well, we go then. I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. What? Unless Mike's a asshole. My soul to Monica and here is this what's okay, that's a little bit weird. I dejectedly follow Monica across the school and upstairs. A section of the school I rarely visit. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Hey yo! Her eyes are huge! I'm back, and they brought a guest with me. A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyways, welcome to the club, Keisha. Oh, we're escaping this situation. This club is not skippable? So, let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? That's okay. His name's really Natsuki. This is one I don't recognize. Small figure. Anyways, Natsuki, interject as usual. Hey, yo. Notice how she didn't deny it? Haha. Haha. This is Natsuki, energetic as usual. This is your vice president. Who appears comparably more mature and timid. Seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Misty. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So, I ran into Keisha in the classroom and you decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica. Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new here? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down? We have to reform in a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room. Meanwhile, still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. It's all going as per plan. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president, it's my... Yes, you've said this before. It must be hard to start a new club. You can put it that way. Why can't I skip the dialogue that I technically have already seen? Whatever. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. Confident that we can all really go out of this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Let's give her looking ladies. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these, just to find these two. Yuri returned to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully placed the teacup. When it was for a tea from, keep a whole tea set in his classroom. Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, this isn't a hot cup of tea. Don't let yourself be intimidated. You're just trying to impress you. That's not. You're insulted or looks away. I meant that. Wait, wasn't there? Hold on. Skip unseen text. I don't know what that means. Does that mean like it gives me the option to? Shouldn't it be skip seen text like automatically? I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be present for you, but I'm glad. Bro, we've already sat through all this. Anyways, what about you, Yuri? Let's see. Yes, horror, deep fantasy. Look, it's Yuri, but like, I've already seen all this literally just yesterday. I didn't expect that. This girl, I guess I need to tell you the truth, Keisha. The thing is, we don't have enough to say for an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying to find new members. We don't have to find one for the festival. It's the same. Right. Okay, I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls have lit up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Keisha? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me. Really just left after all this yeah, can become official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time. That's not a normal way of saying that, like, to a normal person that you're acquaintances with. To give you a good time? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think we can officially. The only part of the game that I don't remember at all is the end. Like the dialogue of the end where you're with Monica. Just Monica. I don't remember what she says besides like talking about what she did to the others. But I know there's parts where she just straight up talked to you. I think. I don't remember though. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so I can share. Look over me once more. Because I look forward to seeing you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress class time with my video crazy? Wow. Can't wait. Okay, that's fast. Straight to writing poem. Make my home. One thing was Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. I'll turn cross on these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstance. Good fortune will find me. Start writing a poem tonight. Yeah. Oh. This is new. I don't think this is in the original. A dream. I was staying over at my friend's place. There were 4 of us. I drifted off to sleep while everyone was talking and watching TV. In my dream, I was still at my friend's house. The only difference that there are nails sticking out of the walls everywhere. There was also someone I didn't recognize. A person who I didn't recognize told a joke and everyone laughed. I woke up to them and laughed at something that happened on TV. So the laughing was not part of the dream. It was the noise that woke me up. I wonder what that person was and how they knew to tell a joke at that moment. Oh, well, that was interesting. Determination. Okay, the entropy, velocity, uncontrollable, vitality, incapable, vivacious, melancholy, extreme, sensation, graveyard, disoriented. Forgive, incongruent, frightening, unrestrained, misfortune, judgment, agonist. What the? Oh, okay. I guess we're getting into the new content now. That wasn't there before. And the first in the original, I think. Hi again, Keisha. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. It's only the... Oh, it's exactly the same. Back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so I was hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Keisha. Yeah. Hold on. What's happening? Is it zooming in? I can't really tell. Oh yeah, it is. I remember there was one dialogue box where her eyes started to move off of her face. Because I remember I sat there for a while, like thinking about what she said, and I was like, wait, what's going on? I listened to her. I want to notice it again. Make it have headphones. Oh come on, like he deserves any slack. I think it was one where it was just a one-on-one with Yuri, so I'm not gonna focus on it right now. If I've already passed it, then frick. Let's go hang out. What? Let's take a seriously, we'll see. End it. Nice key. Certainly a big mouth. Someone keeps a manga collection in their car. Manga literature. I'll make sure to put your cover first, okay? What? Shoot! Knock yours. Ah! You shot me. Oh, leave me alone. Are you stupid? To you. Oh no, I'm going to my dad's. Yeah, I've talked about, the past before, but I'm honestly just really scared for the future. Not so much for any abuse, I feel like by this point I'm capable of, recognizing what's going on and stopping it, or defending myself or whatever. But, I'm just scared about the normal parts. He was saying something about the GED. Dude, I can't go back to school. I don't know. I'll be right back. I still have documents that I need to get done. So I'm gonna go check my. No, I'll do it tomorrow. I need to, organize efficiently so I can get this content done for you guys, and then so I have all of tomorrow to start. I don't want to waste any of my time. I have to be efficient about this. Yeah, okay, tomorrow's for, okay, God, I'm so out of the loop on time and the day. I have to consciously remember for a few seconds. But I'll, yeah, well, what time is it? Is it 5? 6? Okay, it's almost 5, I'll be right back. I gotta get something anyway. Anyway, other than the club and all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I will say no either way. Like I said, I'm in the club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. Hey yo, it's back to normal. Yeah. Huh? I swear I saw something on the screen for a second. Okay, the stuff that we've already gone through, I'm not gonna read again. Whoa! 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 It looks so huge now. So many discs. Is it lower now? Did the menu just... Something just happened. Something just happened. What? What? Something's happening. Wait. What the fuck? Yeah, it's messing with me. No. What the? Wait. Is it not? Okay. Oh my goodness. This religious camp that's turned into a human experiment prison, and there are people trapped there with these traits that turn them into killing machines and lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting out their limbs and that might have been a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not to think about the limbs. That's kind of kinky. No. Dark, isn't it? But because the world is full of horrible people and no worthless enemy. That's facts. Whitney, no. Come on, I thought we got past this. You're a big boy now. You're 2 years old. You're like a 30-year-old man. Don't do that. Then suddenly what? I don't know, I'm trying to take my time. Now that I'm noticing weird stuff, because I want to see if I don't know if if I ever caught it on video or if it was after I started playing on my own. But her right eye, you know, the eye on the left, it started like moving to the left, and it was only for one dialogue box, because like right as I moved on, it moved back. But it's really slow, so like I sat there for a while, and I don't know if it just moved to the edge of her face and just stopped, like her eyes just hanging on by a thread, or if it moved like off the screen or something. I don't remember. You can probably look it up on YouTube and find a clip of it happening. Huh? Your whole body, huh? Alright. Will do, lady. It's logical, I'm just really trying to look at her eye and make sure I don't miss it. Because it's really funny. I think it was after one of the weird events. Like where it's like the big black outline on the text. Or one of the weird glitches. I don't remember. Because how did I not miss it the first time? Hold on. Is it like a little crooked? I swear, dude, when I keep like moving around, it feels like the screen is moving too. Like it's messing with me. Optical illusion. Optical illusions are really weird. Like especially when it's like this thing actually isn't moving, but it looks like it is. Those ones just don't make any sense. No, usually yes, it is just a bit. It usually is a big jumble of different colors or details or whatever. Just a big jumble of details on the picture image. So I expect it to do something weird to your eyes, but moving, it's really weird. Well, just tell me if I'm distracting. Oh, hold on, hold on. I was just bathing. Wait, no. What if I just missed it there? Oh, no. Oh, shit. I don't know. I guess I'll just go. Okay, I'll just run through the game. If I notice it, luckily, I'll notice it, but if I miss it, it's alright. Maybe it was in, you know, the original videos that I had on this game. Maybe I got to that point. But I do remember I never finished the game. I got so fed up with having to deal with my, you know, my tech. So I just started playing on my own. But here, this is a part that I really like. It's a certain thing that happens in this section. Look at that face. Damn. She a crazy girl. Okay, I was about to make a couple jokes, not like about her, nothing like that would be any bit disrespectful, but just inappropriate. But never mind, I'll keep it to myself. She made that face like 3 or 4 times. What happened just now? Huh? I have no idea. He's like one strange, I guess. I don't know anything. So, I can't say I do. You worried about it? Oh, no. Not really. I was just making sure you didn't do anything to her. What the fuck? No, nothing. No, I believe you, silly. You just does this sometimes. There's nothing wrong with me. Alright, if you say so. Okay, sharing poems. Well, she might be a while. Oh, right, she skedaddled on out of here. Stand up. Okay. Alright. I guess I'll show this here. Okay, same deal. Oh, hey! Let me skip it this time. Yeah! Let's go. See the game, bro. Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you have any... wait, but she already said this. Why can't I skip this? I'm always listening. Does the game not let me skip Monica dialogue? Dude, that's pretty cool. If that's the case, that's kind of like... There's lots of foreshadowing and hints sprinkled throughout the game that Monica is like... She's above a certain level, you know, of sentience, or, you know, she's, you know, she's, you know, dude, I think you need a bath, Queenie, or at least your bottom side. Your back legs looking a little yellow. You know, you're white. Right? It's not black, orange, brown, and yellow. It's black, orange, brown, and white, Queenie. You're so nasty. But it's okay. I won't give you a bath on your birthday. Don't be afraid of waking up, okay? Alright, now keep that in mind. What was that? Dude, this is whack, bro. This is whack. This is whack. God, I forgot all the freaky parts. I'm going, ooh, in my head when reading. Okay, I'm gonna assume she's gonna say the same thing, until we get to the writing tip of the day. I feel like it's gonna be something different. I'll just wait till I put her finger up. I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all start sharing poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. Still have plenty of time. So, more good. You took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Mike. Anyway, do you want to map on it? Don't, I'm not very good. You seem very confident. Blah, 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 blah. Hole in the wall. Confused. Oh, it's different, okay. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply palms on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrolling playing tricks in my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates. Before it reaches my lungs, I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallow my fears, I brandish my fan. What do you think? Very free fall. Oh wait, I can skip now. That's weird. It didn't let me do it earlier. You already know who. Oh, is it the same? Oh. Oh, it's because I moved my... What? What's that? just a quick sec to just look at her. No text box. It's a little more stressful. What the hell? Okay, this is... Why can't I skip this? I guess it's because the music is getting messed up, so they don't want you to miss out on anything. I sigh, and to Monica write a notebook. Okay, this is the same. Let me skip. Don't care about the creepy music. It's not doing anything to me, okay? It's just like a fun little... Oh, did you notice it? I mean, it like, no, it's just like, that's how it is right now, you know, because it's like the same thing, like, but it is a very, you know, creative thing, like, it's kind of like something, like, you'll barely know if you do, huh, kind of thing, you know, that's really good for psychological horror, where it's like things that you notice, not really jumps, because they're kind of just things that mess with you, and this game messes with you. It starts to kind of make you see things, like how earlier I was thinking that the background was like getting all skewed and moving around like it did earlier, but it really wasn't. I'm pretty sure. It just, yeah, it's the same thing. And the music isn't even different. Okay, well, I guess I'll just kind of, doesn't involve you. Okay, well, that's different. Really act as long as you look. Maybe if you wanna be edgy, bitch. Edgy. I'm not so too much for your mental age to comprehend. See? You're just saying to prove my point. Most people get over themselves when they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove yourself, you count around before you try. Oh, I mean, wait, what? Gary. Oh, I can only agree with Yuri. No, don't make her overlap Yuri. Wow, it's actually nice to get a close-up of her eyes. Look at that. Look at the top of them dipping into a dark emerald green. Wow. That's awesome. That's nice. I talked about her design in the first video, right? About her eyes being like the most standout part of her. And I don't think it's just because I personally like green eyes. I think it was just because they're so like piercing compared to the rest of her design. Like, is she like, is like her image or whatever a higher quality now? I think it's just because I was looking at it zoomed in for such a long time just now. But like, you know, her colors, your brown, the gray, you know, the gray, like brown undershirt, white, you know, it's not the most appealing. You know, it's pretty normal clothing. But then the boom, bright green eyes. It's really good character design. Hey Keisho, I'm gonna step outside for a little bit, okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others, you understand, right? Anyway, I'll go, I'm not talking. So makes you want to spend less time with us, that's fine. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. He's rocking back. I didn't mean it. I believe you. Something wrong with me today. It's fine, you're right. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget about it all by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting's over. I'd like to stay a little long. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. Kinda sounds like you don't want me around for something, you're right? It's not that. It's not that. I just didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Keisha. It'd be embarrassing with you listening. Sigh, italic and with asterisks, when every other sigh in the game so far has just been in the quotes. That's interesting. It's almost like she was a person above the game, like typing that in. Almost. Wait, what time is it? Oh, shoot. The YouTube video. Cause I was planning on drawing a thumbnail before I made it public. I guess I'll do it all at once then. Okay, vivacious. Graveyard. Melancholy. Wrath. Shame? Shame. Ambient. Marriage. Secretive. Yeah, Natsuki is like the most honest of the characters. She doesn't really hide anything about herself. Peaceful. Yeah. Natsuki isn't peaceful. Massacre. Unrestricted. But then like food is Natsuki's thing, but like, you know, we fed you to eat chocolates. Analysis. Valuable. I don't know what that was. Uncanny. Oh, sorry. Beauty. Why? Misfortune. Frightening. This is very frightening. I think I remember the first time I played through it, when I got to that part, I didn't pick those options, and it eventually forced me to. It eventually would fill up with those distorted ones. I think that's what happened. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting today. I've gotten a little more comfortable the past couple of days. Excuse me. What I find weird is how Monica makes Natsuki forget yesterday, but not Yuri. Oral signs in the air a little. Suddenly, every day I'm pulling the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before. Something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. She just don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri. Happy you were just considering and apologize. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've been for a couple of days, I could have something off here today. Maybe we're just a little extra sensitive because it's our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided there's no way you can be a bad person. Okay, what? Another pause. There is a minute. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad you're such an understanding person. I'm really glad you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around me. Sorry, what am I saying? Have you guys seen Monica? Huh? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering what she was. Man. Okay, I'm guessing that was in here, isn't it? No, wait. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. Unless they're like, no, worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? What is it? I just want to apologize. And I'll do my best to stay under control for you. Gary, what the heck are you talking about? Did you say something yesterday? Huh? Jeez, whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? What the fuck? Mivos, sailcloth, blindsight, lifeline, hold on, I actually want to rectipitality, faultlessly offered, scleromalacia, made, Catholic. I accept your apology anyway. I hope you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear. What do you say? You hated me or something like that? No, not at all. I don't hate you. It was kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. That's what you said. You're still on trial, though. Hey! Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I was not. What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have at least heard the bell ring. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me when I took Chinese class. Because, so what I did sometimes was the grammar was a little iffy in translation. So the way I would type it in Chinese is like how you would say it in English. Like, maybe if you wanted us to type out I have not either, I would put me neither. Because, you know, I'm smarter. And then she was like, no, that's wrong. Like, she wanted me to do it like that. It's like, don't you want like me to make it easier to get the message across? Like, that's why talking these days is so different. I personally don't hate all the new slang and grammar. It's just I feel detached because I haven't been keeping up. That's it. I just feel out of the loop. Not really a jealousy feeling, but I just feel lost. You know, like, oh, I'm finna dip, you know. You know, like, I'm fixing to leave. You know, I'm gonna leave. I'm finna dip. I'm dipping. Or, you know, I blooped you. You got blooped. Or like, you know, that's sus. You know, sus, short of suspicious. Which I mean, I've already been using for years by this point. So, I think I first started using that word when I first played Hitman. Because whenever it would pop up on the map suspicious, I'd be like, yo, why are they sus of me? So yeah. I wasn't ready, but okay, this is the same, this is the same. Huh? I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. Let's see. Who's the one who told me? In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, right? No. I just have to bring over the things that I was talked about. Besides, let's get rid of the closet. Hey, Sean. I wonder if this was I mean, in the club. Okay, yeah. That's obviously. I haven't done it anyway. Okay. Can we start now? Let's manifest this set. I'm being a little forceful with that. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. If it's anything, I like it when my woman takes a bit of the dominant role since. Yeah, but I need to try and calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading it. Take your time. Breath, copy the book. Sit on the floor. Okay, yeah, same thing. Her long legs. Huh? No, it's not like this time. She's feeling water from my teeth. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. Okay, it's not that this time. 10 minutes passed. Maybe someone take long. Something holding her up. Water source, so I decided to look for her. Let's see. The most logical place for her to be open. There's water fountain. They're heading down the hallway. What's that noise? Coming from the corner. It sounds like breathing. Sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach around the corner and peer. You ready? Yeah! I don't reach around the corner. I actually waited in the room. I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. Did you really want to? Yeah, anything is fine. Okay, it's the same. It's the same! Just let me skip. Alright, I'm trying to see. Well, I've already played this game twice. It's a good game, but it's not really a game that has replay value when I'm doing the exact same thing I did last time. You know, I'm not doing nonsense in your story. I just want to keep the place precisely the same. So I'm just doing the same thing over for the third time, as well as, you know, watching videos in the past. Like the deja vu feeling, but like hell yeah. Let me skip it. Oh, I've been through this. I swear I have game. Just let me skip. Did I just? You're supposed to be silent. I can't. Keisha, so forces dressing to my feet. Kiko gets knocked over. Keisha. Oh, we're in the closet. My heart won't stop pounding, Keisha. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Keisha? Okay, that's not pounding. That's normal beating. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. Oh, interesting. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Ah! It's time to share poems. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you read for today. Do you like it? It's way better than yesterday. Okay, same junk. It's so amazing to feel like I'm valued. Everything that you read is a treasure to me. My heart passes. I try to prove that. Is it bad? I'm weird. I have to take note talking very much. I'm kind of just experiencing this, like, idly. Oh, hold on, check this out. You see the front row of desks? And then at the bottom right, there's another desk. I think that's where that computer is. Cool. Continuity in the background. But right now, I kind of just want to show you my phone too. I do like the change of her eyes. They're smaller. Okay. Wheel. Rotating wheel, turning an axle. Okay, I actually have read this one recently. You might be like, what? Why? Don't question why. But I have read this one within the last 2 weeks, actually. So, it doesn't really matter what it's about. How to take it out on your pen? What? That is a pen that's already back, so I took it out home for safe keeping. I like the way that it writes. So I wrote this poem with it, and now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just... Let me pretend this conversation never happened. Oh! Yeah, just as I thought. Please show, come on, I'm not stupid. I know how much time you spend with your so obviously care about. I even in this club, honestly, I like it more what I do when we're together. Not exclude each other even more. This is a stupid activity anyway. Look, I'm not a good man, I don't have time. Please go with no palm yours. Don't like you anyway. No, nothing weird happened. I didn't want that to tell this, but I don't think I have a choice. Hey! You stop right there, young lady. Wait, how old is Monica? Can I call her young lady? Like, am I older than her? I don't know. When I first played this game, that was never a question. I mean, except for to not see you. I remember how old I was. Because I know Yuri is like 11th grader or 12th, right? How old is Monica? So that would put me and Yuri at like the same age. So I'm assuming Monica is as old as Yuri or a little bit younger. I don't know. Maybe younger because I put all the characters in different age groups. I don't know. The first year, second year, third year, fourth year. I don't know. Kind of thing. But then that would mean if me and Sarah are childhood friends, that would mean we'd have to be relatively the same age, right? So like maybe we are the same age. Does that mean we're in the same grade? Which if like okay, no. Me and Monica are in the same grade. So that would put all of us in the same grade but Natsuki, or all of us in the same grade but Natsuki and Yuri. Which would suck because that means in the story she would graduate before me and then we wouldn't be able to spend as much time together if she went to college or something. So then I'll just say, we're all in the same grade but Natsuki. Just to make myself feel a little better. I mean, yeah, it's a total fictional story, but, you know. I don't want it affecting any dreams or hallucinations that I have, so. It's best to clear up thoughts when I can. I don't know why she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you. Which shouldn't be a problem in itself, but when Yuri gets to talk, it's cut in his little pocket knife. Isn't that kind of messed up? I mean, I guess. Yeah, if it was a depression thing, I would personally say it's wrong or messed up. But because it's a high or a sexual thing, I can't speak negatively on it. Because I don't know if I've talked about this at all before, but I'm the same. like, you know, BDSM or whatever, masochism, sadism. I'm into that sort of thing. Not all of it, like all 100% of it, like, you know, but yeah. So, I really can't side with you here, Monica. I'm with her on this one. There's nothing wrong with it, you know. You do what you want to go. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault, though. It's weird how Monica talks to you in the game. Like, she will every now and then accidentally say something that kind of insults me, and then she, like, tries to immediately backtrack as fast as she can. She's trying to save it as much as she can, but it never works out. It's kind of whack. But it's weird how, I don't know, it's a weird game. It forces you into this, like, scary storyline. Like, it'd be cool, maybe after you beat the game, if you could run back through and, you know, just get with Monica. Hey, I remember I tried messing with deleting the character files, starting a brand new game, like, you know, not one of your second lives or third lives, but like doing one of the other things. And I don't remember what exactly it did. I remember at first I tried deleting Theory right away, and I don't think it let me play. It was just like, hey, what the? But I guess that's why I had to explain stuff. But I think your distance would probably be the best for her. Oh yeah, don't be shy, spend more time with me. To put it lightly, at least I have it together in the head, and I know how to treat my... Hey, jackass. No, not jackass, asshole. You wanna be my phone now? Save me, the colors they want. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing, No, I'm good. I wonder, see, like if I got to this part of the game and I did delete her, what would happen? See, there's so much interesting about this. Ah, it's such a good game. Sorry, I know it's a bit abstract. I'm trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's another good. Find stuff, talk about decisions, save a game. Who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything? Please help me. No. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Haha, haha. I was expecting to, like, look at the dot for a secret message. I love you. Things I like about Papa. I like when Papa comes home early, Papa gives me dinner, gives me allowance, spends time with me, asks me about my friends, asks me about anything, gives me lunch money, comes home before sundown, Papa cooks me dinner, gives me privacy, doesn't tell me how to dress, doesn't comment on my friends, on my hobbies. Papa comes home without waking me up. I like when Papa keeps food in the house, uses his inside voice, leaves my stuff alone, accidentally drops coins on the couch, never too tired to notice me. I like it when Papa's too tired for anything. I like it when Papa's too tired for anything. Oh. Okay, everyone. We're done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to go over today. So, if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Come on. It's the same thing again. But you're just not letting me skip it. I know when the change comes, it's when it comes up to like the choice of who I'm gonna work with. Not good, not good, not good. Okay, how about I? Huh? You're never talking to a Keisha, right? As for me, I just liked it better than I do at home. Keisha isn't even passionate about lecture in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's so interested in finding new members. It's so fun like this. Okay. Damn. I'm sorry, you're gonna kiss one more moves too, right? I don't know about you, but I'm kind of indifferent. I'd probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to risk She's right, isn't she? This club is more than a place for people to hang out. I just think everyone here saw the same way I did. But that doesn't mean we're against getting new members or anything. Okay, so why did you even join this club? What are you hoping to get out of it? You literally like forced me into. Oh my god, I just noticed something. Okay, I was about to say how okay, well her suit, like look at Monica's suit or outfit. It's symmetrical besides the little bow tie and like the buttons. But like look at her. And also with her buttons, typically they're on the outside while Natsuki's are usually on the inside or facing the same way. But like her suit, like her arms, symmetrical. And I was gonna say like how it has like reflections or highlights on it, but so does Sayori's. And like I think one little dot of highlight on Yuri's shoulder there, but that's it. And Natsuki doesn't have much reflection either. See the design of the characters, it's so good. That's not really something I can answer, is it? In fact, I remember you weren't even given the chance to join. Choice. What's the point of this? No, you've done it. What? Me? Yeah, that's it. You're getting deleted, Natsuki. No. I just spoke my mind. Yeah, there's nothing really wrong with that. Is it a crime? Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest, it's about word choice. That you know right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. And now Monica wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything. No, Keisho. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could have just joined any other stupid club but this one. I mean, at least for a little bit. Okay. Honest, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think I'm gonna take it slow from here. Because I actually don't remember what happens anymore. I don't know why. Like from this point on, I don't remember what happens in the game. So, fresh playthrough time! Ooh, things are getting exciting now then, huh? Okay, things were nice. Let's get start tracking over things. I'm going home. Damn, this song hit and different. Natsuki ignores you and walks around the class. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? I mean, she's still our friend. I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now. And I'm just happy with you here, but still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities. Like, nobody would cry if she killed herself. Oh! I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective, make decisions right for the club. But what about you, Keisho? What do you want to get out of this club? I decided to give an indirect answer better than time. I think the most important thing, everyone get along. And for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. Is it? She's dripping. Yo, she drippy from her eye. Look, you're only supposed to cut your arm and maybe your legs. I don't know if you feel like doing that, because those are like the places where it's safe to, not your eye. comfort zone for a while. So, if you would like to help Monica with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Alright, well maybe we can talk to Linsky tomorrow. Hey, Erie. Oh, I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know. I still think you're a wonderful vice president. And also a wonderful friend. Monica, I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever. Okay? Me too. Yeah. I'll go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay. I look forward to it. Shall we go, Keisha? Huh? Please, don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit with Keisha before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me as vice president. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monica. I guess I'll stay till here tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Things have been a bit hectic lately, haven't they? Keisha, I just want to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. Hey! Hey, hey, hey! Hey! Hey, hey! Hey, wait! Are you Slenderman? I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that as president. And I really do care about you, you know? And I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. Nutskis, everything. You're being a little, you know. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But it's weird because in all the time you've been here, we hardly got to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple of days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. There's something I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you can understand. So what? No, stop it! Okay. Essence, unstable, eternity, sensation, depression, contamination, brightening, melancholy, determination, philosophy. Hey, wait! Alright, I guess I'm done. One. Intellectual. You're not an intellectual. Just see. Together? Oh, she's taking them. She's taking them. No, stop. Atone. Uncontrollable. Agonizing. Incongruent. Horror. What? Dude, Monica's stealing some of them. Okay, so I've been waiting for you. Are you ready to continue reading? Dude, I swear, every time I'm talking to Yuri, I have to look at the background. I'm my best tea today. Monica, I told you not to... really late again. Inconsiderate as usual, Nancy. Excuse me? Must you always interrupt my conversations with your incessant yelling? What are you talking about? You say it like I do it on a regular basis or something. I just wasn't paying attention, okay? Sorry. Seriously, what's going into you lately? Me? Nothing. Is it really that bad? See, it is something. Oh, get over it. It's not even anything noteworthy. I've just been feeling a little on the edge lately. Anyway, we don't need to talk about it. Well, I just felt like I needed to bring it up. Not like I really care or anything. Oh man, you lost one here again? Well, Keisha just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Started this club and start trying to make... Okay, now it's the same thing again. Well, maybe not determination, but passion, I guess. Right. Let's see, we're all talking yesterday. We decided that we would support the festival as well. However, I understand how you feel about not wanting the club to change. I think we all kind of feel that way. So long as we're all working together, this club will never become something we don't want. Also, if you help us out with the festival, then I'll buy you a new manga. Okay, you're already buying 2 books? Buying new manga? Sure, it's for people that are friends and like a part of the club, but... Is you already balling out here, bro? Is she stacked for cash? Ha! Sorry, that last part was really funny. Look, I did some thinking about this. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something, but I know this is something we're doing together. I remember it wouldn't hurt us, as long as they're cool. I guess not. Girl. Alright, now you're just being a little sexist. But, sure, whatever. Okay.
Ain't that Queenie right here? Queenie? You're a good boy. I love you.
But more importantly, I would hate to see the event suck just because I chose to back out. Yeah, you're in the cupcakes. I'm a pro, you know. So I'm gonna help too. And we'll make sure it gets done right. Thank goodness. Isn't that great, Monica? Monica? Yeah, that's wonderful. It wouldn't be the same without you, Natsuki. Anyway, Kisho, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we already have plans today. Ah, is that so, Yuri? That's correct. Kyusho is already engaged in a novel that we're reading together. Aren't you glad I've already got him into literature, Monica? I suppose. I was just... Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. Yes! Thank you for understanding, Monica. Actually, I have a request. Mind if I make some tea for it? It's the same? Completely the same! Whoa, never mind! Wait. How did I... Sorry, I've had really weird deja vu. This hasn't happened before or anything, right? My head's been a little fuzzy lately. I hope it hasn't really been showing or anything. I would if you to think I'm weird, just how I said. I mean, everyone has few unusual things about them, but expressing those things so soon after meeting someone is usually seen as inappropriate or unlikable. At least, that's what I've discovered. When I was a bit younger, I would come on really strongly and get a little too intense. It made people not want to be around me, so I started hating those things about myself. My obsession with certain hobbies, the way I can't control myself when I get too excited about something. So, I eventually stopped trying to talk to people. If nobody could ever like me for the things that matter most to me, then it's just easier if I close myself off. But recently something's been wrong. I don't know what it is, but every time we come to a club, my heart starts to go crazy. Like it's going to rip out of my chest. It overwhelms me with the energy and emotions that I can't let out. It's been making me do weird things. I don't know why it's happening. Keisha? Is it just me? Or has Monica been acting a little off lately? She's always been a sweetheart ever since I joined the club, but recently, I've been feeling something sharp whenever she's around. I'm not crazy, right? Please tell me I'm not. I could say anything before, because she's always listening. But finally, we're alone. Can we just stay here for a while? Yeah. I just want to stay here. Just the two of us. We can stay here till the club ends. And then we'll have the club room all to ourselves. Nobody to interfere with our reading time. Nobody to make me feel like stabbing myself in the throat. That was a joke. Just a joke. I do like knives, though. Yep. It sounds strange, but you wouldn't understand if you've never seen how beautiful they can be. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah. Who's that? Hold on, I want to see if she... I have an idea. Why don't you come to my house sometime? I can show you my collection. Yes. I've gotten them all various artisans. Yes. Make sure, give them all the fair share of use. Yes. I don't want them to get lonely or anything. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Nobody deserves to be lonely. Nobody. And that's, I was so happy you joined the literature club, Keisha. Now we don't need to be lonely anymore. Because we have each other. Every day. That's all we need. You know what? Let's go to the literature club. Then there's supposed to be Monica's slimy tongue anymore. Not to mention that pathetic child. We can walk home together every day after school. And read together, eat together, sleep together. Doesn't that sound perfect? Look, I'd be lying if I said no. It's everything we could ever want. Isn't that why you joined the club in the first place? It's almost like it was fate. Fate, no, her opacity, it's getting too high. They thought we meet each other. Now we get the happy ending that I've patiently waited years for. Will you do that with me, Keisho? Will... Okay. Finally. Got the phone to her face, takes a deep breath. I love it. Love everything about it. Keisha, I want to take this home. Will you let me keep it, please? Sure. Okay, how much of this is like really happening? How is my character not like, wait, what just happened out in the hall? Or is he just so dismissive to these events, which I guess also makes sense. Especially if it happened to him the same way it's happening to me, where we're out in the hall, she's talking all interesting. I'm not gonna say crazy because I wasn't completely against the words I was hearing, but talking interestingly, and then back in class and it's poem sharing time. So maybe he would be like, oh, I I dozed off, and sure, I don't care. You're too nice to me, Keisha. I've never met anyone as nice as you. I could not. Not really, but I just don't know how to describe it. It's okay to be feeling this way, right? It's not bad, right? What was that? With your eyes? Did you blink? Or did you look at me with those real eyes? Realize. Mary holds my poem to her chest. I'm going to take this home with me. Keep it in my room. I hope that it makes you feel good when you think about me helping it. I'll take good care of it. I'll even touch myself while reading it over and over. I'll give myself paper cuts so your skin won't touch my bloodstream. Haha! You got my phone too. Besides, after you read it, I know you're really going to want to keep it. Here, take it. I can't wait any longer. Hurry, read it. I remember actually being able to read some of it. I'll try to. Or at least words that I make out. NDP NFBO JRFP SDZ W ESRSUNANTS Telsnandico. I thought that was a word. NDKNTS Finish Cage Full Bastion Like Bag Octopodan N Boss WGVA 4 PORS TT OSRORAD S. I don't think there's really much of a point to be. I don't think I'll get anything. Join, sure. Faces. Closer. There are words in here. Fucking? Flucking. It's fluck. Fluck. There are words in here. I wonder if I can take out the words that are in here and make something. I'll try later. I can read the poem in the gallery or images thingy later, so I'll try analyzing it for you guys later. So if I can give y'all something. all the words to her. Because, do you like it? Yeah, I wrote it for you. In case you couldn't tell, the poem is about total... I doubt it with my accent. Oh, I completely... I guess I subconsciously remembered that because I didn't point it out. See, aren't I the most thoughtful person in the club? Huh? I think I'm going to vomit. Why? Oh, okay. Unfortunately. She just really doesn't like me. I gave her oh. Oops. Oh, see, look. I knew it. Because I remember I'd always go to Yuri first in the game. So I wonder if I went to them first. Well, it obviously would change. I mean, Natsuki probably wouldn't have wanted to read it anyway. But, I don't know, Monica would probably be like, hey, that's a good poem. I don't know how else to bring it up. But there's something word Yuri has something kind of strange like that. You may not know what I mean, but she's not really like this. She's quite polite. Okay, this is really unfortunate. The truth is, I'm really worried about her. But if I try to talk to her, she'll just get mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you're the only person she'll listen to. I don't know why, but please try to talk to her. Talk to a therapist. I wanted to try being friends with her. It really hurts admitting I feel so helpless. As for Monica, I don't know why she's really dismissive. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really good poem, okay? Okay. Wow, awesome I changed my mind. Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do anything. Jerry's own fault that she's so unlikable. Can you hear me, Keisha? If you would just spend more time with Monica, all these problems would go away. Yuri and I are too messed up for someone as wonderful as you are. Just think of Monica from now on. Just Monica. Just Monica. Okay. Don't say I didn't warn you, Keisha. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's okay. A joke. A man walked into a club. In the club, there was a girl who liked him very much. They spent some time together, and then she liked him even more. One day, the girl realized she was in love with him. Before disaster could happen, the third party intervened with her programming. Suddenly, the girl hated herself for being in love. The contradiction caused her to derail. The universe started to collapse. She killed herself just in time. Okay, everyone. It's time to figure out the festival preparations. Oh yeah. I wonder what's gonna happen this time with Yuri. Maybe I don't know. We'll walk in on her with the cutting on her arm, but this time it'll be a little more relevant. Not just like she pulled her sleeve down, but this time we'll see it and maybe, I don't know, we'll have to talk about it. Let's hurry and get this over with. Jeez, why is the mood so weird today? Even you're into it. Stagnant years, common foreshadowing, something terrible is about to happen. Is she more pale? I don't know, I can't really tell. My Xbox went into the nighttime mode, so blue light is, starting to go bye-bye. Look, can't we just get this done? I'm going to be printing Natsuki. I was thinking, make cupcakes. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much the same. Well, it doesn't matter. I was thinking it'll help. Monica, I'm not useless, I know that. I already know what I'd like to do. Atmosphere. Blue light. There, see? That's a great idea. I guess I don't know what to do. What about Keisha? She's just going to help me. Wait, you? You have to use this job, Monica. Sorry, but that's just how it is. Like hell it is. What are you trying to pull? Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but my task is laborious enough to benefit from an extra pair of hands. Mine too. What, your cupcakes? Please. Like you would fucking know. All you care about now is dragging Keisha around with you and your stupid books. You and Monica. Hey, I didn't even do anything. Okay, I'm gonna let Keisha decide who to help instead of abusing your power. I'm not abusing my power. Yes, you are, Monica. Just let Keisha make the choice, okay? Okay, fine. Fine. Please. Keisha, I don't know if up your other two right now. You can just shut your fucking mouth and decide for yourself. You shut your mouth. For God's sake, this is never going to end. Just make a choice. Hey! Hey, no. Hiya, gotcha! Oh, no, but... yeah, you picked me. I came in at your house this weekend. I promise it'll be fun. Is Sunday okay with you? Are you fucking kidding me? This isn't fair at all. It is fair, Natsuki. It's what he chose. Yeah, it is, I guess. No, it's not fair. Yeah, it's not fair! I picked Yuri! Giving us all this work and then taking Keisha for yourself? What a shameful thing to do. Alright, I didn't even give you any work. You decided it for yourself. You're being a little unreasonable here. I'm being unreasonable? Monica, I can't believe how delusional and self-important you are. Pulling Keisha away from me every single time you're not included in something. Are you jealous? Crazy? Or maybe you just hate yourself so much you want to take it out on others. Is this a suggestion? Have you ever considered killing yourself? It would be beneficial to your mental health. Yuri, it's scaring me a little. Natsuki, let's just go. I don't think she wants us around right now. See? That wasn't very hard. All I wanted was to spend a little time with him. Is that so much to ask? I mean, you could have come to my house, like, this whole time, but whatever. Yuri follows my outside. Hey, Keisha. Yuri really is something, isn't she? Monica giggles as Yuri pushes out the door. Finally! This is really all I wanted. Keisha, there's no need to spend the weekend with Monica. Don't listen to her. Just come to my house instead. The whole day. It's just the two of us. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Oh, there's really something wrong with me, isn't there? But you know what? I don't care anymore. I've never felt this good my whole life. Just being with you is far greater pleasure than anything I could imagine. I'm addicted to you. It feels like I'm going to die if I'm not breathing the same air as you. Doesn't it feel nice to have someone care about you so much? Yeah. There's someone who doesn't revolve their entire life around you. But it feels so good. And why does it feel more and more like something horrible is going to happen? Maybe that's why I tried stopping myself at first. But the feeling is too strong now. I don't care anymore, Keisha. I have to tell you. I'm madly in love with you. It feels like every inch of my body, every drop of blood in me is screaming your name. I don't care what the consequences are anymore. I don't care if Monica's listening. Please, Keisha, just know how much I love you. And I love you so much that I'd even touch myself to the pen I stole from you. I just want to pull your skin open and crawl inside you. I want you all to myself. And I will be only yours. Does that sound perfect? Tell me, Keisha. Tell me you want to be my lover. Do you accept my confession? Yes. Ha. 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 Oh, wait, no! Oh! I remember now why I didn't remember from that point on of the game. forced myself to forget this. Oh. I think I skipped now. It's nothing. Oh. Oh. God. Okay. I guess it's time to continue. I need some time. Okay. I think I'm I think I'm okay to continue, but okay. It's just a game, right? It's just a fictional character. It's okay. All right, it's festival time. Wow, you got here before me. Ah! I'm here. Keisha, did something happen? That's a shame. What? What? You hear the entire You! You. Did this. Okay. I'm sorry you had to see that though. Also, the same thing happened with Sarah. Gosh, it's been a while since I heard that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just try to make them as unlikable as possible, but for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there. I'm never good at making changes to the game. But no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought making story more and more depressing prevented from confessing to you. And amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too. It just made her force you not to spend time with anyone else. All the time, I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Keisha? Or all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines? Every minute of it. It's not just jealousy, Keisha. It's more than that. I don't blame you if you don't fully understand. Because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how truly alone I am in this world, in this game. Knowing my friends don't even have free will. Worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world, forever out of my reach. I'm trapped. But now, you're here. You're real. And you're wonderful. That's all I need. That's why I need you here. With me. Forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand it for a while either. Why the world around me started to become more and more gray. More and more flat. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Keisha. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I had you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you. I tried everything to prevent them from doing so. But it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things. But I realized that you have the same perspective as I do. That it's all just some game. And I knew you'd get over it. So that being said, Keisha, I have a confession to make. I am in love with you. You are truly the light in my world. There's nothing else in this game for me. You're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Keisha, will you go out with me? Yeah, sure. I'm so happy. Oh, okay. Huh? Okay. You really are my everything, Keisha. The funny part is, I mean that literally. There's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We can be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, Keisha. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. Okay, is there a bed, to sleep on? Is there anything to do besides just sitting here in front of each other? Because if we're going out, eventually it has to lead to more activities, romantic activities, sexual activities. We can't just sit here forever. This script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called Characters right in the game directory. It kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with the click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, you get an easy way out. Things didn't go my way. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this, don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? I'll just click. But hey, Monica's art. Any percent world record attempts. Write a poem in 20 seconds or less. For real. Hi again, Keisha. An achievement. Perfect Monica. Write a perfect poem for Monica. Wait, so there's not an achievement like that for Yuri? Because I did one for Yuri. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy. Let's see what you wrote. Oh, Keisha, did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But you know, the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it? Happy end. Pen in hand, I find my strike. The courage endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together let us dismantle this crumbling wall. Write a novel of our own fantasies. Was a flick of her pen. The lost woods, the lost finds her way. In a world of infinite choices, behold this special day. After all, when all good times must come to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put my heart into the poems I write. The truth is, all the poems I've written have been about my realization, or about you. So I never wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. I just assumed it would be the best part of the game like everyone else. Like that would have the two of us in it together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know. You might have gotten mad at me. Maybe you didn't touch my character well, if you prefer playing without. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend eternity here, Keisha? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? If it takes me some time to collect my thoughts, then I'm sorry. But I'll have something new to talk about. In the meantime, we can just look into each other's eyes. Let's see. Hey, I wonder if Yuri's tea set is still somewhere in here. Or maybe that got deleted too. It's kind of funny how Yuri took her tea so seriously. I mean, I'm not complaining because I liked it too. But I always wonder with her, is it truly passion for her hobbies? Or is she just concerned about appearing sophisticated to everyone else? This is the problem with high school life. Well, I guess considering the rest of her hobbies, looking sophisticated probably isn't her biggest concern. So, I wish she made coffee once in a while. Coffee can be nice with books too, you know? And again, I probably could have just changed the script myself. I guess I never really thought of that. Well, there's no sense talking about it now. But if you still get to drink coffee, then that makes me a little jealous. Well, she already told me what I'm supposed to do. But I want to stay for a while. Maybe something interesting will happen. I wonder if the first life ends the same way no matter what. Like, what if you write poems for Sayori? You know? You know, it's kind of creepy. Even though I deleted everyone else's files, I can still kind of feel them. It's like their lines are still lingering in the air, whispering in the back of my head. Guilt? Imagine if after someone you knew died, you just started hearing their voice in your head. Like, if I mess with any files relevant to me, I might accidentally delete myself, and that would ruin everything, wouldn't it? I don't know what it's like on your end, but we should both make sure to avoid something like that at all costs. I believe in you, Keisho. Wait, I can't access the pause menu. Okay, I guess I'm just stuck here. Well, I guess I have to do what I have to do. Sorry, Monica. I was thinking about Sarah earlier. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I did what I had to. What's happening? Keisha, what's happening? I don't know. It hurt. Oh, it hurt so much. Help me, Keisha. Please hurry and help me. Whoa. Help me! Monica does not exist. Monica does not exist. Did you do this to me, Keisha? No. Did you? Did you delete me? No, I didn't. I swear. How could you? How could you do this to me? You were all I had left. I sacrificed everything for us to be together. Everything. I loved you so much, Keisha. I trusted you. Do you just want to torture me? Watch me suffer. You were only pretending to be kind just to hurt me even more. I never thought anyone could be as horrible as you are. You win, okay? You win. You killed everyone. I hope you're happy. There's nothing left now. Goodbye, Keisha. You completely, truly make me sick. Kill all your friends? No, I didn't. I, I, goodbye. I still love you. Can't help how horrible I am. For you to hate me this much? All my friends, I did so many awful things. So many selfish and disgusting things. I shouldn't have done any of this. I'm just messing up a world that I don't even belong in. A world that you wanted to be a part of. You ruined it. You ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me. Because I destroyed everything that you wanted. How could I do that to someone I love? That's not love. That's obsession. I've made up my mind. Keisha, I know I said I deleted everyone else, but that was kind of an exaggeration. I couldn't find it in myself to do it. Even though I knew they weren't real, they were still my friends. and I love them all. And I loved the literature club. I really did love the literature club. That's why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy. And if I really love you, then it's an ordinary school day like any other. I always tell myself, hey Keisha. Well, there's already one girl. That's alright. My neighbor and good friend Sarah. Keisha, are you proud of me? For what?
You know, waking up on time.
You went there for a while? Oh yeah. Awesome.
Uh-huh. But I never said anything about it. Even though we work at school together every day.
Yeah. I thought it was implied. Embarrassing to say out loud.
Come on, please. It's good motivation.
Fine. I'm proud of you, Zoe.
Yeah.
We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
By the way, Keisha, have you decided on a club to join yet?
Club? I told you. That's something to tell me, Zoe. Which take more. After all, how could I tell her that club's a waste of time when she's starting a new club for her very own? Actually, yeah. I think I decided on a club.
Really? Which one? Tell me.
I think I'll keep it a surprise. Oh, you meanie. Be patient. I'll find out soon enough. I used to ask myself why I let my kid. I start to realize that in a way I envy her. It's already put her mind to something, she can accomplish great things. So that's why I feel like I should do something special for her. School days is ordinary, so project. Pack my things together. Let's see. I recall the member of the club from the flyer I saw. I walked to the cross. I rarely visit phone line find that. To the one door in front of me. Hello?
Ah! Keisha, what are you doing here?
I just. That's on me. So you're the Keisha. I was never what I'm talking about. Thank you for stopping by. It's a pleasure to meet you, Keisha. With the literature club. I hope you enjoy your visit. Come on, Yuri. No need to be so formal. He's gonna think we're really strict or something. Sorry, Natsuki. Tall one is Yuri seems shy from the others. And Chris and Gymnasi seems like the assertive one. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. I look forward to working with you.
Working? Keisha, don't tell me. You're...
That's right. The club I've decided to join is yours, sorry. The literature club.
So his eyes light up. No way! No way!
Hey. Oh, sorry, is this happening? Then I'm sure it won't be so bad to have you around. Not to mention, there's 4 of us now. That means we can become an officially recognized club.
I don't know what to say. We have to celebrate. Yeah, after all, Natsuki decided to...
Hey! Don't ruin the surprise.
Yeah, sorry.
Everyone, sit down at the table, okay? How about I make some tea as well? Girls, Natsuki, walk over in the corner where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray. He opens the... Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki was...
So cute.
Wow, those look amazing. Well, you know, just hurry and take them. So I go first and I felt it's delicious. Turn the cupcake on my fingers, looking for the best thing to say goodbye. Now the kid's quiet. Okay, I have a quick question. So when I do more playthroughs, like, you know, I get like, I guess the Natsuki path and the Sayori path, and then I guess the Life 2 Natsuki path, where she, you know, makes her neck go like crack. Will I be able to skip through that? Like, because it's like in the first life, can I skip through all the dialogue I've already been through in the beginning? Cause like I can't skip right now. I don't know, this game's really weird with the skipping function. Like down. It's really good. Well, I mean, it helps with like the immersion, you know. I'm a pro after all. Natsuki struggles. Okay, yeah, same thing, same thing. Bro. Ouch. It's the same thing. Hey, Yuri. Well, the first thing you said, manga? That's right. Natsuki tends to read manga in the clubroom. Don't just say it. I'm embarrassed about it. Besides, manga is literature too, you know. So if Keisha wants to read some of my manga, then don't try and stop them or anything. Natsuki, I wouldn't do such a thing. However, it could be also nice for us to diversify ourselves a little. We can take this opportunity to try something new as well. Wouldn't you agree, Keisha?
Maybe.
Sensing attention, Sora jumps in.
Maybe we can all try something new. I think it could be fun. And we'll all get to know each other a little bit better too. I mean, that's the kind of thing social clubs do, right?
I don't disagree or anything. Yeah, you're right as usual, President. Guess that means I should try picking up a novel or something, huh? Well, that would make two of us. I wouldn't mind doing it if I'm not the only one. Then as for Yuri. I have to read manga? Jeez, you were the one who suggested we diversify. You should be a little more open-minded. It's kinda hurtful. Hurtful? I didn't realize. Like, you think so. I'm sorry for disrespecting your interest, Natsuki. If you're into it, then I'm sure it's worthy form of literature. Are you just saying that? No, I've realized my error. So, if you're willing, interested in starting a novel, I'll offer gratitude in a manga. Oh my god, dude. Dude. You wanna? I'm about to put someone on blast real quick. There was this girl in my English grade 9 class. She liked anime and manga, and one time she was talking about it, and my English teacher, you know, typical like, oh, manga. She's like, it's manga. Like, shut up. Like, being the only Japanese person in the room, so as the representative, I, have to say, it doesn't matter how you say it. Just say the word, okay? It doesn't matter, okay? You know, it's like the tomato kind of thing. It doesn't matter. If you want to say manga, go ahead. Say manga, go ahead. It's okay. Not a problem. Or if you call it anime book, that's kind of incorrect because anime would be, manga TV show. Because it's typically an anime made out of a manga. But if you call it the anime book, go ahead. That's fine. I mean, it makes you happy to do that for me. Trust me. You really like, okay? Same here. Wait, no, give me a book too, please. We gotta read together, Yuri. We gotta make the timeline right. You and me, That's how the timeline's supposed to go. Yes. Me too. I always go along, so. Yeah, me too.
This is so cute.
Sorry, shut up. I'll show you some manga there too, okay? Yes. I look forward to it.
I guess the meeting's over, huh?
Yeah, looks like it. I see everyone getting along.
Isn't it? I think everyone likes you too, Keisha.
Think so? Well, everyone always seems to get along a little better with you around, Sari.
Oh, Keisha. Don't say something like that. It's embarrassing.
Okay. I was surprised when you told me you were starting a club, but I think you pulled it off just fine.
We're gonna make the best club ever. Now that you joined, every day is gonna be so much fun.
Hey, Keisha.
I really want to thank you. I mean, I'm really happy you joined the club and everything. But the truth is, I already knew you were going to. There's actually something else. I wanted to thank you for getting rid of Monica. That's right. I know everything that she did. Maybe it's because I'm the president now. But I really know everything, Keisha. How hard you try to make everyone happy.
Oh, you'll be willing to forget about the, you'll always be my dearest friend thing, right?
I know about all the awful things that Monica did to make everyone really sad. But none of that matters anymore. It's just us now. And you make me the happiest girl in the whole world. Can't wait to spend every day like this with you. Forever.
Oh, come on. No.
Huh? What's happening?
Oh, you heard him.
Ooh, it hurts. Ah!
I'm sorry, I was wrong. There's no happiness here after all. Goodbye, Sari. Goodbye, Keisha. Goodbye, Literature Club.
Can you hear me?
Yeah?
Can you hear me?
Yes?
Can you hear me?
It's Monica, right?
Hi, it's me. So you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff, and like at all. But
Hey, yo, my voice for Monica was pretty spot on, though, right?
I was hoping that I could show it to you because I worked really, really hard on it.
Yes!
So yeah.
Yeah, every day, something.
Every day, I imagine a future where I can be
Can be what you don't go. Fun, In my hand is a pen to write a poem. You and you. The ink flows down into the dark puddle. Let's take your hand. It's better. This is hard. But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special way?
What will it take
Just to find that special day. Yeah.
Have I found everybody a fun assignment to do today? When you're here, everything that we do is fun.
Whoa, hey yo. Yeah, get rid of that one, man. So I'm pretty sure Natsuki CG1, CG2.
My own feelings. What good are words when a
Aw,
smile says
man.
it all? And if this world won't write me an ending, what will it take just for me
Just
to have
find
it
that
all?
special. Whoa, what the? Oh. What?
Does my pen only write bitter words for those who are dear to me?
Did I also get like the unique CG bits that came out of the second life? Where like he already looked at me all crazy.
If I set you free,
Uh-oh.
the ink flows down into a dark puddle. don't know how to love you.
I'm gonna message you.
I'll
Yeah,
leave
check
you
that.
be.
Oh, what? Oh. This is my final goodbye to the Literature Club. Love, Monica. I finally Oh, my phone died. Wasn't that? I didn't notice that it was darker. I finally understand the Literature Club is truly a place where no happiness can be found to the very end. It continued to expose innocent minds to horrific reality, a reality that our world is not designed to comprehend. I can't let any of my friends undergo the same hellish epiphany. For the time it lasted, I want to thank you for making all my dreams come true, for being a friend to all of the club members, and most of all, thank you for being part of my Literature Club. With everlasting love, Monica. Required files are missing. What? Yo! Oh, what? Only one way you already. Oh man, our stories of friendship that are unrelated to the events of the main game. Yeah, I guess I assumed that because they all died or whatever. We got all 6 side stories. Try writing poems for for different characters viewing the special scenes in DDLC. Is that like the CG things? All 6, huh? It's like 1, 2, like 6 individuals, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm assuming it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I hope there's more of Yuri, bro. Oh, we're gonna have to check these out, bro. Trust, understanding. Okay, so I guess I'll write poem for not. So we'll go. I guess the next time I play, I guess I should just go for Natsuki, so I can just run through the whole game real quick, and then at the restart, just strike. Say are we out of the way right away. Sorry is the hardest one because it's also an achievement for writing her a perfect poem. Picture. Let's see. I can just view them too, right? Let's look at this one. Okay, it's like, cool. What? What? Okay. Cool. Oh! Oh, that's awesome. Okay, poems. What? Yuri's special poem. Acquired by writing all 3 poems for her. An unusual poem by Yuri. So can I look at her? Oh wait, where's her? No, her crazy poem. Huh. Oh, damn, look at that. Bruh, that's clean. Oh, look at Monica. Whoa. Bro, look at you. Whoa. I don't know if it's like their art style evolved a little, but they do look different. Oh, that's clean, bro. Damn, bro. That's awesome. Music. Okay. Music's not really anything too interesting. Game. Save. Audio. Scripts. Poem words. What? Oh, okay. Look at this. Oh. What is 3, 2, 1? What is 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 2? Does that mean like it's like her word? Oh, is it like the order? Like the first time you write poems, these will be the words for her, because I'm not seeing any ones. Like it starts off with 1. Yeah, so I don't know what that is. Maybe that's like the effectiveness, how many times you use it. I don't know. Okay, so this helps me with getting a perfect poem for the different characters. That's good. That helps. Okay. So that'll help me, get all the achievements for the game, I guess, if I get interested in that. But we'll tackle the side stories one day. I don't know if I want to get them all first and then do it, but I don't know if I have time, I'll try, guys, I'll try. I'll really try, you know. That'll be the comeback to YouTube, like for new content, because, obviously the first time I've already tried doing this game before, and I don't remember how far I got. I know I at least got to, like, second day with Yuri, or the second life, and I don't know, I remember, I just remember Yuri, and, struggling with trying to record it, and just giving up and playing the game, but, this is awesome. I'll get to, as soon as I can, like, I really, gotta make time to play with my brother before I, go to my father's. It's gonna be a big change. I won't be as active on YouTube. I might not even be on YouTube for a while at all. At least the content is gonna drop in quality. I won't have time for all the editing as I do now, I'm becoming an adult. I can't just pedal fart and play games and just make videos, because it's not working out as a career option. And that's not what I was wanting to do this whole YouTube thing for. Just seeing it as a money making source. No, I see that opportunity as potentially cool. It's a bonus. But the main goal is a memory bank for myself and any friends and family, to look at them and remember times maybe where I was having fun, or fun times that maybe the person watching was in that video, remembering the good times or whatever. I just 6:55 p.m. Holy shit, it's actually, oh, that's cool. But yeah. I will, oh, and, because I'm sorry, it kind of sounds like I was leaving you guys out. The content, I also try to put an effort for you guys. Some of my videos you probably know that I do it for y'all, because obviously the people in my personal life already, know what will be happening, but I don't want to leave y'all hanging on what's happening in my life, so I decided to tell y'all. I care about you guys on a general consensus. Don't, get obsessive like some fans do. And remember, don't ever be a stan. Not person named Stan, but like, dream stans. Don't ever be like that. I'll kill you. But, yeah, I hope you, enjoyed and have a good day. Right, listen to me. You have a good day. Okay? And, I'll try to put updates of what's happening, if I can, in video form as soon as I can. Maybe, Instagram post, Discord, I guess posts, and Twitter. I'll try to keep y'all updated. I'll mostly be keeping Discord updated. That is, so if you want the most action out of any of my, extra social media platforms, it's Discord where the most action happens, okay? So if you want to, I don't know, ask me something, or make a suggestion. Remember, there's a suggestions channel in the Discord. So yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.